Hello and welcome to this video. Are you a high school student or a college student or a parent of a teenager who is looking to understand the science of career selection? By God's grace, I got the opportunity to guide 500 plus students in their path of career selection and career growth. I see that there is a lot of problem in the career selection process in India. And in this video, I'm primarily going to highlight 5 points which are dangerous when it comes to career selection, the way we are operating in India and selecting careers. And this is something which we need to break. Unless we break these things and we keep on selecting careers in this way, then it could be detrimental for us, not only immediately, but also in the long run. I have interacted with several high school and college students, and I see that the biggest challenge the high school students are facing today is they're randomly choosing careers based on pressure from the peers, society, parents, and herd mentality. Even in my interaction with college students, I've seen that many of them don't resonate with the course that they have chosen, and they're not very sure about what they want to do after graduation in terms of job or entrepreneurship or higher studies. So for this end, I founded Career Vision Hub, where I'm helping students to scientifically and systematically understand the science of career selection and career growth. If you want to know more about it, you can go to my website jakshay.com. I also do a webinar where I explain the 3 secrets of career selection, career growth, and role of parents. So you can register for my webinar by going on the link jakshay.com/parent. So let's begin and try to understand what is the best possible way to avoid these challenges. Let's first see if this is how you choose a career. So if you choose a career in any of these ways, when I'm showing you the different options, the 5 things which I mentioned, if you feel that you're choosing career in any of these ways, mention that you have used this way and how you plan to rectify it based on the suggestions that I'm sharing in this video. So let's begin. The first thing is herd mentality. So in India, when a student in class 10 he scores very good marks, please let me know which stream does it take. It's a no-brainer, right? So it's always recommended and encouraged कि science लेना बेटा, science में ज़्यादा scope है and it will give you more salary and better prospects, etc. But is it a fact? We need to understand. Okay? So if we judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, the fish will keep believing it is stupid and live like that all its life. So we need to basically identify whether the student is a fish or whatever is there. The example of fish is given. उसकी inclinations क्या है? It's not only about the scope. Scope is there. Okay, scope has to be considered. It's important, but it's not the only most important thing. If you have the inclination, you can create scope, as we'll understand as we move forward. Right. So it's very important to understand that this herd mentality of choosing careers based on what others are choosing, or careers which are more popular, prestigious, or high paying, can actually ruin our prospects of being successful in the career field. Generally, we want to choose careers which are more popular, prestigious, or paying, maybe like doctor, engineer, lawyer. They can be good for us if we are able to resonate with them, if we are fit for them. Okay, just like a fish is more productive in the water and maybe a monkey on the tree. Similarly, we need to identify our inclinations and accordingly move ahead. Next comes is your societal pressure. Sharmaji के बेटे ने क्या किया? Sharmaji का बेटा, he's doing so well in chartered accountancy. You should also do that. So choosing careers based on what others think. This is also a challenge. कि दूसरे लोग क्या career choose कर रहे हैं, उसके accordingly हम career choose करते हैं. So we can get inspired from them. We can understand their journey. We can discuss with them the pros and the cons that they face in their career journey. But whether that will resonate with us, whether we'll be able to perform well in that particular field is not necessary. So it's very important that we understand their journey, we discuss with them the pros and cons, and see whether we will be able to resonate with that and then take a call. It's not that because they are able to do it, so we'll also be able to do it. Okay. Now, even with parents, if our parents are doctors, engineers, or artists, or whatever field they are, so we being an extension of them biologically may not necessarily dictate that we should follow the same career route. It's important to understand the journey, their journey, and then accordingly apply it. What I mean by the journey is that we need to understand 2 things. One is the journey of how they reach that particular career, how someone became an engineer, what exams he took, what studies he took, what subjects he studied, what internships, training, etc. he did, and he reached there. And also understand the scenario right now that is there in the engineering world, for example. And then once you become that, what will be your job roles and responsibilities? Okay. So it should not be a shock for you. Arey, I'm studying this thing right now, working in this way. Or there's so much demand in the workplace. I'm not getting time for my family. So understand, the different things. What will you do? What will be the work activities? What are the competencies required? What will be the job prospects, future growth prospects? Understand these things and you do a sort of reality check before you decide which field to choose and go for. Then comes your lack of self-awareness. So many of the students today, as I mentioned earlier also in some of my videos, that they're not aware about themselves. And career, my friends, is a very personalized decision. It's not that I can choose career based on what some others are saying. I can understand about the options, but then I need to first understand my needs. Who am I as a person? Three things come very important when I talk about self-awareness. And what are those three things? The three things: the first is personality, who you are as a person. Second is interest, what you love doing. And third is your aptitude, what you're good at. Generally people look at one factor कि interest इसमें अच्छा है वो ले लेते हैं हम लोग, aptitude किसमें अच्छा है वो ले लेते हैं, but it doesn't work that way. Suppose I have a lot of interest in cooking and I tell my wife, so today I'm going to prepare lunch dear for all of you. So my wife will say, all the best, you eat the one parathas, I'm going to the restaurant with the kids. So basically it's not only about interest, I also need to have the skill. Similarly, aptitude, agar I suppose have a good skill in driving, I can drive a car maybe from Mumbai to Delhi. I don't enjoy that way. It's not necessary कि मैं अच्छा हूँ तो उसको enjoy कर सकता हूँ. It's possible that I may not be enjoying that. I may be taking a driver to do that. It's possible for me, right? So we need to understand this whole game, and personality also is very important. Like who am I as a person? Because I may be a person who's introvert. I may be a person who may be extrovert. I may be someone competitive, someone who may be cooperative, someone who could be imaginative, someone who could be very practical and realistic. So these are different personality traits that also have an influence on the career choices. Because if we try to make an introvert person talk to too many people, he might be uncomfortable. Or someone who is very cooperative with everyone, he could find it a little challenging to work in the field of maybe sales and marketing, for example. So it's also important to understand holistically that what is your personality, who you are, interest, what you love doing, and your aptitude, what you're good at. तो तीनों चीज़ों का combination बहुत important है. When you understand these three things, it will help you to choose a career. And there are tools where they can evaluate you based on these three things like psychometry and astrology. And we at Career Vision Hub basically use these tools. If you want to know more about these tools, you can go to our webpage jakshay.com/services, and or you can go to the website jakshay.com and click on the services tab, where you can see and understand about the psychometric test and the astrology report process. It will help you to understand how you can be more aware about yourself. Then comes the next point is lack of option awareness. So in a recent survey, it was found that the 93% students in India are aware about only 7 career options. We're talking about IT, management, engineering, medicine, accountancy, law, design. But the fact is that today there are 250 career options that are available in India today. Right? So don't you think if you are not aware about all these options, it is possible that you could be missing out on something? Yes, it is very much possible. So we need to be properly aware about the different options. Let me explain you with another story. Like there was a boy whose name was Aman. He scored very well in his 10th class exams. Now his father said, great beta, today I'll take you to the Naturals ice cream parlor. So Aman and his father went to the Naturals ice cream parlor, and his father asked him, beta, what would you like to have? Aman said, Abba, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, it's fine. His father said, beta, this is Naturals ice cream parlor. But menu dekh lo, there are so many interesting options. There are tutti frutti, sundaes, milkshakes, fruit flavors, dry fruits, and whatnot. Have a look. So Aman reluctantly picks up the menu card and starts going through the options. He does find some options very interesting, and he goes through the ingredients, toppings, etc. He discusses them with his father, and then he also goes to the person to the counter with some shortlisted options and asks him more questions, and then makes his final choice. So which is better, tell me, my friends? Option 1 or option 2? Option 1 where he chose chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, or option 2 where he understood more about the options and chose. So let me know in the comment box, what do you feel is better, option 1 or option 2? I hope you put in your answer. So I understand that you'll be putting option 2 as you understand that this is more informed career decision making. However, I want to also add this disclaimer is that after going through all the options, it is very much possible that Aman could choose from the conventional options of chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. So what I'm inviting you to do is that you understand about the different options and then decide whether you want to choose from the new age options that are coming up, or you would like to choose options that are already existing, which I mentioned about. Huge options, there are so many options like fintech options, there's sports management, there is actuarial sciences, ethical hacking, and so on, right? So it's very important that we be aware about these different options. And then comes a very important point is misplaced aspirations. Choosing the right career for the wrong reasons. So, like people choose fashion for glamour. Fashion industry में जाऊंगा तो मुझे glamour मिलेगा. Or someone was telling me I want to choose investment banking. Why? Because there will be a lot of money. So it's very important that our motivation for choosing a career should be very clear. Why we are getting into the career? Many students come to me and ask me, sir, how to do engineering? What can I do to get into civil services? So the question that I ask them is that, beta, why you want to get into that particular field? Can you please tell me? The reason why you went into that? Because the why should come before the what and the how. I strongly believe that. Because if the why is strong, the what and the how will automatically be clear. So we need to understand this point very, very clearly. And accordingly, we need to make the choices. If you see, for example, even in the fashion industry, there are so many different options. Like fashion designer, you will need to have an artistic sense, an idea about design, and accordingly map. Fashion design. Then it comes, your next is, say, fashion stylist. So fashion stylist jo hai, they don't need to necessarily know about design. They need to understand the different combinations of design that will work on a particular person. For example, different celebrities, they have fashion stylists who help them to decide which kind of garment, what hairstyle, what lipstick, what bags, what other accessories, car, etc. that they should be using as a combination, so that they look glamorous. Okay, and people can connect to them better. This is how fashion trends are also created. Okay, so fashion stylists may not necessarily have design understanding in detail how to design clothes, but understanding of how to mix and match and make different combinations for different personalities based on understanding their needs. Then if we have fashion journalists also, where they have to understand about the fashion market, what is prevailing, and they have to have a flair for writing and write articles or captions and poems, etc., that can help people connect to the fashion industry and thereby maybe result in increasing the sale. There are fashion managers also who manage different fashion brands. They may not necessarily be designers, but they understand what is required in the fashion market and they accordingly manage different brands, give requirement to designers, coordinate with fashion stylists or fashion journalists, and make the industry move forward. So even if you see in fashion only, we talked about 4 different careers. If you feel like fashion industry में जाना है, तो इस सब में ना there are variety of interest, aptitudes, and personalities that are required to execute work in these different industries, which I mentioned, like fashion design, fashion management, fashion stylist, fashion journalist. So this is something that will help us to understand that it's not a very straightforward decision always when we are choosing careers, and we need to holistically, scientifically, and systematically understand several things when we choose a career. That's why I'm inviting you to visit my website jakshay.com to know more about it, and you could also register for my webinar on jakshay.com/parent, where you will understand holistically in detail. It's a 2-hour webinar where we explain in detail about how to choose a career, what is the role of parents in career selection, how to develop a mindset to learn and grow quickly, what is the importance of career coaching, whether it's required, how to go about it, and also helping you to take your career journey to the next level. Also, there will be enough gifts, exciting prizes, and Q&A session for all the participants. So thank you for watching this video. If you feel this video is valuable, I would request you to please share this video with your friends and family members, like it, subscribe to our channel so that whenever we have a next video, you're the first one to get updated. Thank you and all the best.